Check 1, 2, man. Big Mike, Fat Mac, the Almighty Triple XL, coming at y'all live and direct from the Mac City Limits Radio Show on PowerandStrategy.com. Got a treat for y'all. Got my boy, man, Fuchsius, man. Yeah, Fuchsius is in the house, man. And,
not on that janky ass phone.
Not on that janky
Your
ass phone.
Your phone is niggadry.
Yeah, man, he's in the house, so you be able to hear him real clear today, man. You know, we just came from the courts, doing our thing and cook, man. That shit, I'll be so glad when we done with that nonsense, man. God damn, man. But anyway, anywho, man, we oh my God, man, I'm trying to tell you, this topic is just crazy, man. Me and my boy hit me up earlier today. Tony hit me up, and he basically was telling me to check out some videos, man. And it was Alan Roger Currie, and it was Obsidian, and once again, we got a situation where cats is talking about the tricking, man. And, so, you know, bruh, I had to go ahead. We got to weigh in on this, man, because, you know, we are Omega level.
Tricks,
nigga. We Omega level over here, man. If you want to learn how to get your tricking off, man, you come to the right place. If you're going to do it, we'll show you how to do it right, man. But whatever. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass it off to Tony, man. You know, I want to know, man, when you was listening to the videos of Obsidian and Alan Roger Currie, pertaining to the topic of tricking, I mean, what's your opinion on it, man? Were they off base on it? Who did you agree with? Who did you disagree with? Give me your thoughts, man.
Essentially, they weren't really points of contention, so to speak. It's just little nuances that each side apparently is afraid or is cautious about conceding. Okay. So let's start with Mr. Currie first.
Okay.
Mr. Currie has his Mode 1 system, which is effective, but I'm going to be honest. I ain't no Mode 1 nigga.
Okay.
I'm not a Mode. I use charm and enticements. So let's get that out the way.
Okay.
In other words, I trick. I'm not going to make any apologies, and I'm not going to equivocate or dance around that. But here's what I'm saying. People, and this is what I said back during the summer. When I said that Mode 1 essentially works for one kind of person. And what I meant when I said that is that initially, I don't care what anybody says. If a woman does not find you attractive, Mode 1 will not work if she does not find you attractive or appealing in the least. It doesn't matter what you say. And I'm specifically talking about the black community now. I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about in the context of black people, especially the black working class. But you know how we get down. There's no separation in terms of what these women's preferences are when it comes to men. It's largely the same. The ratchet and the corporate chick, that's the same bitch in my experience.
Right.
So if you're talking about picking up women from that perspective, you have to understand to black women, and this is where Obsidian got it right when he talked about, look, they place an inordinate amount of weight on your appearance. But of course, at some point, I'm sure he'll probably disagree just to disagree. That is fucking annoying. But anyway,
oh my God.
Anyway, the thing is that experience is accurate. That assessment is accurate. Black women tend to place an inordinate amount of looks, and that's what either side. Now, Alan Roger Currie will readily concede it. He'll tell you straight up, look, some of y'all niggas, it can't be helped. You just look. You have to go in your pocket. And I agree with that, Mr. Currie. But I have to understand, we have to understand, Alan Roger Currie is what I call a Lucky Charms nigga.
Okay.
You could call it the 20%. He is a Lucky Charms nigga. A Lucky Charms nigga. You know, yellow moons, pink stars, green clovers, purple horseshoes.
Right.
He's a lucky charm. His paradigm is going to be, his experience is going to be with women, is going to be different than the average working class brother's experience. And his perspective is relevant in some aspects in the dating relationship, but he comes from, and I'm not saying he's elitist or anything like that, I'm just saying his experience is different. For him, he don't have to go through all of it. He can spit that mode one, but for a nigga that's 5'11", 375 pounds, a few teeth in his mouth, I'm sorry, bro, you got to go in your pocket. That's just what it is.
Well, check it out. This is when I listen to this video, Mr. Currie, please don't come over here, put your balls on my forehead.
Please don't rub your balls over here. Please don't do it. No more balls. No more ball rubbing. You are a serial ball rubber, Mr. Currie.
Now look, I was digging his video, right? But there's only one thing that I didn't really get and understand, right? On one hand, he basically tells some of these beta cats, man, ain't no hope for you, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get none even if you tried to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we have to ask ourselves, well, if you got a guy that's like 375 pounds, got 2 teeth in his mouth, you know what I'm saying? He ain't going to get no action unless he pay for it. Why would you admonish a guy he can't get it any other way except to pay for it? You know what I'm saying? So he's supposed to try to do mode 1. And he ain't going to be able to pull the mode 1 off, but yet and still,
my janky ass Sanford and Son ringtone. Go
well,
ahead.
there you go. Yeah, but yet and still, I'm thinking to myself, how can you admonish a guy who he don't have any sort of options except to pay for it, and then you trash the dude for paying for it when he ain't going to be able to get it any other way? I'm not understanding where Mr. Curry's coming from on that note. You know what I mean? You think he would have a little bit more compassion for a dude who, he don't have it. You know what I'm saying? He don't have what it take to actually get at the broads. So, he go in his pocket. Well, Currie seems to admonish that and say, you're a weak ass nigga if you do that. But, came out of his mouth, he said, it don't matter what some of you motherfuckers do, you ain't gonna get no ass. So I don't understand how he's gonna admonish him at the same time. You know what I mean? When that's his only they only option.
Here's why. Here's the elephant in the room.
Right.
Sexual conquest and pussy is a zero-sum game.
Okay.
It is a zero-sum game. That means that if this nigga over here comes up, then somebody has to go without. So in the game of, if you're talking about being able to convince women by being confident and being verbally smooth, well, if this dude over here is verbally smooth and this dude is physically hideous, but he is financially attractive, that in some sense will dull the ability of being verbally smooth. Now, wait a minute. I know what's about to get started, so let me clear this up. Yes, she is fucking with him because of his money. I concede that point. Yes, it's because of his money. But my point here is that has the ability from a certain standpoint to negate the usefulness of all of this stuff about being verbally smooth and having game.
It basically evens out the playing field. It
evens out the playing field. But there are important reversals that can occur. If you think that by buying women, you asked me a question on last part. You said, aren't you trying to buy respect? No, I'm buying pussy. You can't buy respect with money. Right. The podcast we did back in the summer. You can't buy respect with money. I'm buying pussy with money. I get respect based upon the fact that I have rules, regulations, and guidelines. You're not going to do anything to me just because you feel bad about selling me your body. No, bitch. The terms will occur on terms, the exchange. The exchange will occur on terms that are favorable to me, not to you, because here's the trick. Here's the trick from the trick.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Here's the trick from the trick. I can hold out for pussy longer than you can hold out for money.
So,
I'm going to say that again.
Homeboy, how can I use this knowledge to work for me?
I'm glad you said that, homeboy.
Shit, man.
You got to think, when a broad comes to you and it's on a business level and it's about money, when you're dealing with black women, here's what the foundation is. They've spent the money for their bills.
Right.
They done smoked that shit up in weed. They done kicked it. They done bought expensive clothes and all that shit that they didn't need. Now when the shut-off notices come, they come into you. So in essence, my decision means whether you sink or swim. See, I can tell you no because I'll be able to make more money tomorrow. However, you need money right now. And I know you need money right now. I'm not stupid. It's the reason why you in my face. It's the reason why you here ready to juggle my balls for $60, $80, or $100. You need the money. Because I'm disciplined enough to tell you no and mean it. The consequences are far more drastic for you than they are for me. You understand? So when you understand that concept, but see, you're not supposed to. Here's the paradigm, and we've said this multiple times over the last 4 or 5 years. Just because you're tricky, that doesn't mean that you have to be a simp.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you have to be stupid, because people are thinking that you're just walking up and saying, "Oh, here's the money. Will you please give me some pussy?" No. I'm going to tell you. I tell them motherfuckers like the booty warrior. Look, I like you, and I want you. We can do this the easy way,
or the hard way,
or we can do this the hard way. Let me define what that is, so they won't think that I'm raping bitches.
Okay? Man.
What that means is, if you say no, go, but I'm just gonna watch the clock run. One bitch, that one I sent you the pictures of, she said, "Well, I don't know. I gotta think about it." I said, "Okay," but I know what that is. Okay, you think about it. Not even 2 days later, she called back and said, "Okay, I will agree to believe you." And then she threw $250. I said, no, you got this backwards. My cap is $150. And I said, "I'm sorry to tell you." Anyway, when she came back, "I'll relieve you for $250. I'm like, "No." I'm like, it's a wrap. My cap is $150. And second, another bitch got your money. You move, you lose. So then what happened was, if that's my ceiling, I worked her all the way back down to $80 to $60. So now essentially I get my shit off for $60 or $80. Now that's bargain basement to me, but let's just call it what it is. You had to go in. Yes, I had to go in my pocket. And it was satisfying. And the thing was, I wasn't interested in, and again, mode 1 and prolific womanizers, by definition, these are concepts of people not interested in long-term relationships. It's short-term casual sex. So in terms of short-term casual sex, yes, the Lucky Charm niggas are always gonna win that fight. Let's just call it what it is. The Lucky Charm niggas are always going to win the battle when it comes to short-term sex.
Man.
Alan Roger Currie and Mode 1 will control the field in that area.
His balls are swinging.
Yes.
Swinging.
Lucky Charm niggas. Yellow moons. Green clovers. Blue diamonds. Red stars. In other words, the 20% will always hold sway. You remember now, he broke down 4 categories. Mm-hmm. And again, shout out to, that's what, I love my brother Ron Wills. Mm-hmm. Ron Wills doesn't use the term alpha and beta. He used the term select and non-select. Now, that is much more, and let's say it, that's less harsh. Because you know with each one of those terms comes a certain degree of denigration.
I don't really see the difference between being select and non-select. Non-select is still a kick in the balls, bro.
Well, say again, non-select is a kick in the balls?
Goddamn.
Well,
right.
I mean, it's not
You didn't get chose, nigga.
Well, okay. But it's not as harsh as when you say you're a total beta. That shit, when you say, but that's real though. Yeah, honestly, yeah. That's real. That is. I'm not going to be delusional.
Okay.
There are some men out there that the women are just not going to. You're right about that, but I'm saying that those dudes should have the option. He said, well, there are some dudes who can't even pay for pussy. Now that I don't believe. That I don't believe. It will be the terms of the exchange. Now, any ugly dude will be able to pay for pussy. There may be some women that will say, I never fuck him. But see, I know women are duplicitous. I know they will say one thing when they're around their friends and their bitches, but they will do something else.
Well, let me add to that, man. This whole concept of anybody can pay for pussy. No, that's not true.
No, that's true.
No, that's not true. No, that's not true. I've thrown many a party where, cats would come up in here and they would throw their money out to, fuck with the freaks. And my freaks would look them dead in their face and say, no, I'm not fucking with him. So I don't know where y'all getting this shit from, but I done been in many a situation where I took my girls to parties, to hotels, and they just flat out refused to fuck with a dude. Just for whatever reason, no matter how much money you
I function under the ideology of the $1 million man. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got a price.
Well, yeah, man. Yeah, if you saw a bitch,
if you say, okay,
like $1,000 or something.
Well,
okay.
That's my point.
Okay.
What you said, that's because it's just like Ted DiBiase in that pool. I want this pool. Sir, this is a public pool. He gave him $100. Sir, this is a public pool. He gave him another $100. Sir, I can't do it. It's a public pool. He hit that motherfucker with $5 more $100. And then before you know it, the kids was outside with their face pressed up against the metal. Even the ones that say they won't do it, they have a price.
Yeah, everybody got a price.
Everybody has a price.
But what I'm saying is, bitches do say no to motherfuckers that flash money.
They will say no to people that flash money.
So it ain't this cut and dry as anybody can do it.
No, it's not that. Well, I would say it a little differently. When you say anybody could do it, I'm saying not everybody can do it effectively. Mm-hmm. Because it's one thing to throw some money at a bitch. It's one thing to throw money at a woman and say, do what I want. It's another thing to have a woman to call you and then get mad when you don't want to trick with her. Mm-hmm. That's when you know you've done something right. Because if you're saying, women will say, well, no matter how much money you got, I'm not going to fuck with you. Mm-hmm. But then turn around and get mad because you won't spend any money on them. The power dynamic is slightly different there, dog. Mm-hmm. It's slightly different there. So, in one aspect, one individual is totally powerless. Right. In the other aspect, the individual retains some power, if not the decisive power.
The customer's always right.
The customer. If you can open a fucking store, it could be the most beautiful store in the world. But if don't nobody go in that bitch, you gonna be out of business very soon.
Check it out. This is the problem I have with most of the cats. It's kind of like down on the whole trick aspect, man. It's like you got these dudes, right, who basically say, I got the answers, I know it all, I get all the pussy, I'm the big wig, I'm the head nigga in charge, I'm the big cheese. All the rest of you niggas, you my sons. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, these cats, they up on the pedestal, right? And then you got cats who may be socially awkward. You know what I mean? They may not have had a daddy in their life. They may have some sort of social or physical afflictions or whatever. And they just can't. They just not gonna be able to, you know, get it how they live, like, you know, like the unicorn niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. The Lucky Charm niggas.
Yeah, the Lucky Charm niggas. So then, what you have is the Lucky Charm niggas, right? Telling the socially awkward, physically so-called disabled, or, you know, mangled, whatever. I mean, whatever affliction this guy got, he just can't get it with the female.
Total beta.
Yeah.
Male.
But he got loot. He got currency.
Okay.
He's stable. You know, he's boring. You know what I'm saying? He got that cheese. But the Lucky Charm niggas say, no, handicap yourself. I got all the answers. I got the good looks. I got the charm. I got the swag. All you got is money. But look, no, don't use your money. Because I say that's weak shit. Don't use it. Even though that dude, he may be socially awkward. He may have some sort of ailments and afflictions, and he just can't get with the female. These so-called, you know, gods of game is telling this one dude, the only strong suit he has to actually use to get ahead, to tell him don't use it. What you saying that?
Obsidian, then this is where I agree with Obsidian. Mm-hmm. Lord knows I hate to agree with Obsidian because that brings another damn round of unnecessary arguments. But anyway, this is where I agree with him because what he's saying is that a lot of that strokes a lot of insecurity in those men. Okay. Because a lot of times those men that are saying those things, they don't have that kind of economic empowerment. Okay. They don't have any money. Usually the people that are, not in every case, right. Not in every case. It pains me that I have to say that, but I have to say it because you know how niggas are. Right. Not in every case, but usually, generally, the men that are making the most fuss about tricking are usually niggas that are broke. So they're intimidated because in the real world, again, Obsidian, he pointed out that white society they don't confine themselves with that. Right. They don't confine themselves to the definition. They don't concern themselves with the importance of the burden of swag and representation. They're concerned with practicality. Right. I want to fuck. Okay? One of the greatest tricks of all time. I love him to death. I'm glad his son, too bad they killed his son when he became president, but I love him to death. Joseph Kennedy. He was the greatest of tricks. I mean, he tricked with, and he was still married, by the way. Mm-hmm. He had, movie actresses. He would trick with movie actresses, silent film stars, the most attractive women. And those women never saw him as less than a man. And they'll say, well, that's because he had money and status and power. Well, men with money, status, and power, the one thing they're short on is time. Mm-hmm. The one thing that any man that is, be he socially awkward or whatever, he's short on time. If you're out here grinding, you're short on time. That was another point that Obsidian made in his podcast. You don't have the time for all of that stuff. You don't have the time to be sitting here trying to appeal to this woman's subjective opinion as to what a real man is. Look, I like you, and I want you. We could do this the easy way and the hard way. And if we do it the easy way, it's much better for you. Now, if we do it the hard way, you got to understand the next time you call, the terms of the exchange will be much more restrictive. I can hold out for pussy longer than you can hold out for money. You see. So the thing is that designation, you asked what's the difference between that. Non-select doesn't sound so harsh. Not to me. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound as harsh as total beta. Total beta male is total ball rubber.
Total ball rubber.
When you refer to that as total ball rubber.
Serial ball rubber.
Serial ball rubber.
Ball
you see what I'm saying? Versus when you were saying, okay, non-select. Because non-select, okay, I'm non-select here, but maybe I could get on and get campaign. I can campaign and get on elsewhere. Okay, I'm non-select here, but over here I may be select.
Oh, Alan, stop it.
But when the mother is a total beta male, you are confined by that label of forever being subordinate to the total alpha male. Now, some people look. In this life, there are certain truths. There are certain men that will always be able to have their way with women. And so you will have to understand that and by the same token, I don't think that men should necessarily get angry just because a female has a nigga that can fuck for free. And here's why. Example. One of your freaks got one of them niggas, right?
Just don't say no names.
I won't say no names.
Okay.
One of your bitches got one of the niggas, right?
Yeah.
Where was she last night?
Here.
For how long?
5 hours. And I can't walk. My legs, my back hurt.
Okay. So you were non-select when it came to a relationship.
Right.
But when it comes to drunken cult sex orgies, but you tricked for that.
Professional side nigga, man.
But you tricked for that, right?
Yeah.
You tricked for that. So when you talk about these 4 distinctions in total beta males, that is if you're a total beta male, if you're designated, but okay, let's not say you're a total beta male. Let's say you are an alpha male with beta traits or a beta male with alpha traits. The fact of the matter is this, is that all these situations are dynamic. There are going to be men that are going to be able to bang these women. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about that. And if you're going to get mad because there are certain men that they're going to bang for free, you might as well stop fucking, Playboy.
But that nigga, he ain't fucking her for free, though, man. That's what we've always tried to tell you.
Again, it's not free. But what they're saying is that, again, this is the 20%. This is the Lucky Charms niggas. The Lucky Charms niggas can roll up and say, hey, yo, I really want to bend you over and give you these back shots until you just creaming all over this dick. So that appeals. That's appealing to her, but there is a form of attraction. So yes, you can get that off. But if you enter into, and this goes to Obsidian's point, the default setting in in the communities does not tend to be short-term, overall generally, doesn't tend to be a short-term mating experience. In other words, every sexual relationship in the black community is not confined to a one-night stand. Every sexual relationship in the black community is not confined to just sporadic incidents of sex, except for maybe the Lucky Charm niggas, but they're the minority. They're not the majority. Most of the fucking that goes on in the black community goes on in the dynamics of the human experience. It is not static. It is not, because when you start interacting with people, people's personalities may affect you a different way. Example, one bitch you may just, you look at this bitch and be like, I hate you. But you love her. You see what I'm saying?
I know, I hate that bitch.
Yeah. Prince had a song called that, I hate you, but I love you. You are dealing with these women in a context where you have to consistently, in some form or another, deal with these. There's some type of underlying relationship that the money only spreads the experience. Here's what I mean. You got this bitch who come over, because she may want to wash clothes at your house.
Right.
She may want something you have, or may want to use something you have. So she sees you fairly consistent. Well, you said, look, you've been coming over here for a while. I see what you've been fucking with, and look, I can help you and we can help each other. Now she know what that means.
Right.
She understands what that means. So you do that, and she go back to that nigga, do whatever she do. But she got to come keep washing clothes. And the more sex you having with them, here's the secret. If you're constantly screwing somebody, they're opening up emotionally and psychologically. So the experience changes. It is no longer about that damn money anymore.
Case in point.
Case in point.
Somebody came over yesterday Oh my God, I just told you that story, man. This
Yeah.
particular female, man, you know, she disappeared on me 2 years ago. We just got back together and was talking. We was in her ride and shit. I had her take me to the liquor store because, you know, I had to have my little drunken coat sex orgy. She's like, who that liquor for? I like, man, you know, I'm about to get it in. I'm about to have this little party, little soiree, you know what I'm saying? She's like, with who? I'm like, it don't matter who. I mean,
but why would she be concerned? You're a trick.
I'm a trick, though. You know what I'm saying? She's like, who? I'm like, are you eating her pussy? You know, because me and this particular female, I used to love to eat her pussy, man, you know. And 2 years ago, we stopped. You know, she didn't give me no rhyme or reason. I'm like, cool, bitch. You know what I'm saying? When one leave, you know, I just get another one. You know what I mean? So she was getting really heated and pissed off that I wouldn't tell her who it was. She was mad because I was going to have a female over here. You know what I'm saying? And so when she dropped me off, she was just like, well, I just want you to know I'm going to be waiting out in this parking lot to see who the fuck pull up. I thought she was joking, nigga.
But wait a minute. Let's keep the point of reference now.
Uh-huh.
This is a chick you was tricking with, right?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so she sat her ass out in the car for a whole hour, man, waiting on this other female to show up, man. And then she went off and did something for about a half hour. Then she came back and sat in the parking lot again in her ride for another 30 minutes. I'm like, this bitch crazy, man. And keep in mind, this chick is actually married.
Yes.
She's married.
Yes, she is.
You know what I mean? And I like, bitch, you ain't got no right to ask me, you know, who the fuck I'm seeing. You disappeared for 2 years. You know what I mean? Now you show back up. You trying to regulate who the fuck I see. And then you make this mandate that I'm supposed to be over here by myself while you do you for 2 years, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Fuck out my face. Shit, man.
It's the human condition. It's the human experience. So long of dealing with this man, your personalities come out. And then you begin to see, well, damn, okay, I'm getting money from him, but when I'm fucked up, he always here. I can come to him, I can talk to him when I'm fucked up, and if I call him, he may help. Now, that's not admirable because they say you're being a chump, you're being a sucker. But again, that's not taking into consideration the power of availability. If you're just going to jump and be at a woman's beck and call, no, that's not what I mean. If a bitch can just call you and get you off and running, no, that's not what I mean. It is, what did Sonny say in the Bronx Tale? He said, the reason why, he said, a lot of people out here that want to make a move on me, want to make a move on this neighborhood. You know why they want to make a move on this neighborhood? Because they know I'm close. He said, the people that love me, you know why they love me? Because I'm close. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Availability, as Sonny said in Bronx Tale. Availability. He was quoting Machiavelli. Availability. The ability to know that he will always be there. Now, that's sippish. No. Because if I don't pick up the phone, and you gotta understand how women's minds work. You have a philosophy. There's a philosophy that you wrote about beautifully in the journal laws called the alpha bitch philosophy. That works flawlessly. Flawlessly. So the thing is okay, well, if another bitch is coming, then I'm not on top anymore. If I call, he may not pick up the phone because he may be with her. Or if I come to the door knocking, he may not answer because he may be with her. So there's some concern here. Right. There's some concern that he will no longer be available. There is Robert Greene. Again, Robert Greene use weakness as a form of surrender. It is strategic. You feign weakness. Zato Ichi is blind, but he sliced niggas the fuck up.
Shoot, man, people ain't hip to that, man.
You see, this idea, because in the black community, image is everything. In the black community, everything is about style over fucking substance. Everything is about the short-term gratifying experience as opposed to the long-term experience. And empires are built not on short-term gains, but on long-term conquest.
And let me add something. You know, you was talking about time. You know what I mean? Because we did a podcast on that probably about 5 years ago, man. Mm-hmm. You know, pertaining to, you know, what's more valuable to you, your time or your money. You know, time is money and money is time.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, the cats always throwing this simp word around. You know, if you break a broad off some cheese. And, you know, with my history, man, with the cats I used to run with, man. I mean, I used to be in penthouses with cats, man. You know what I mean? With like these $1 million cats. You feel me? And, you know, they would fly females in from Hawaii, California, Florida, you know what I mean, Las Vegas, do some real boss player type shit. I mean, like real super duper party atmosphere, man. You know what I mean? And they would pay them broads, man. They pay them for the entertainment.
Wait. Homeboy. Were these alpha males?
Goddamn right they was alpha males. I see. These niggas got bodies, and I mean, these are killers, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but they didn't have time to play with no bitches.
What?
Man.
Alpha males buying pussy?
Yeah, these alpha males was buying pussy. They didn't have time to go.
No, you didn't see it.
Do the do-si-do with no conventional so-called.
You didn't see what you didn't see what you saw.
They was super alpha, man. Like I said, they had the money. They fly the females in from all over the place, man, and then break them off that cash and fly their ass back where they went. You know what I mean? What we say? We ain't paying them to stay.
We paying them to leave.
Paying them to go, bruh. Shit. So I dare any of these motherfuckers out here call these niggas simps, you know, with a bullet in your head.
Yeah, but let's look at Charlie Sheen. Some people, what he did by giving having unprotected sex. Look, there's not. Charlie Sheen was fucking. What was that girl's name? A porn star, Ginger. Oh my God, he's fucking a porn star, Ginger. Right. And that woman was sprung over him. Mm-hmm. He was paying her, and she was absolutely sprung. And they did a special on it. And Ginger Lynn, that's her name. She was he started out tricking with that woman. And Sharon Kane was the porn star. Old horse-nosed Sharon Kane. And she was talking about how he broke her down. Mm-hmm. The control he had over her mind, any criticism or any complaint he had against her, how she took that so personally. How, you know, anything he said about her that was negative just shattered her. Just tore her to pieces. But he out here with HIV fucking bitches with no protection, paying us. Now he's spending thousands of dollars. Right. But he walking around here free and still fucking bitches. You see what I'm saying? So this idea that, and what they're saying is this. Benjamin Disraeli said this. He said, difference implies subordination. In a society, men will always recognize what's different. And what's different must always be subordinate. When it comes to things that are different, in the human mind, it's what's different that sticks out. And so because things are different, it is human nature to subordinate or to relegate that which is different to a level of inferior status. It's what people do. So in the dating market, if one is not as attractive, if one is socially awkward, of course, the one that is more socially charming, the one that is more physically attractive is going to get, you know, the what is it? The worm. Mm-hmm. That's the early bird that's going to get the worm, the one that is more attractive. And because this guy, he's deficient because he's less attractive, he's socially awkward, he's nervous around women, he doesn't have very much social experience. There was this term, it was called, well, you got book knowledge, but you don't have street sense, which was completely fucking retarded to me, but I understand what they meant when they said it. Some people don't have that experience, and this was a point that I brought up to Mr. Currie. I said, well, you know, you have to understand you're going to arouse a certain level of anxiety in men that don't have your track record. It's niggas out there that's been dreaming of how to do the shit that you do so regular. You see? So, because those men are different, those men are in some facet looked at as deficient. because that's what beta means. And they won't say this, but in the context of conversation, a beta male means a male that is deficient in some facet. So they have to create these labels to distinguish between what is superior and what is inferior. And what is different is always inferior.
Well, what I like to just say to cats, man, is, man, don't handicap yourself, man. Just because the next man don't necessarily agree with how you get down, man, you do you, man. You do you.
Here's what I would say.
Hold on. Understand there's consequences and repercussions for everything you do. Now, what me and Tony have always told our partners at Max City, man, when you doing this trick shit, it's for entertainment purposes only. Alright, this is not to try and find you a soulmate. Alright, some of y'all kind of slow in the head. But man, if you're just trying to get your rocks off, you just trying to have your little fun, bruh, this is the way to go. At least it is for me. Because like I said, I'm an Omega level power trick, man. I know how to do it. You know what I mean? So I kind of disagree with Alan Roger Currie on saying, you know, a chick can't necessarily get into you just because you break bread on her. I don't necessarily believe that, because, you know, I got a track record of females fighting over a motherfucker, man, on the phone and in the streets over this trick nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I got females with, you know, my name tattooed on their ass. You feel me? So, you know, that's how the trick nigga get down. But like I said, typically you finish how you start. Typically most cats don't know how to do the tricking, man, so they gonna end up with egg on their face. And believe it or not, it does take some philosophy, some psychology, critical thinking skills to do this shit effectively.
Analytical ability.
Go ahead, break it down, man.
Analytical ability, because any woman that I go through that process with,
right,
I take an intuitive scan of her psyche,
right,
and you have to understanding the conditions of battle, okay. But I would let me go back to this point, and I'm gonna finish what I'm saying. You have to be careful when you're using money, because you don't want to have yourself set up to be a cuckold.
Right.
You don't want to do that.
Right.
Because if you think that by paying these with the women that you're dealing with, women, of course, women, if see a fool, use a fool. What did payroll say? Trick or trick, or let the trick you.
Right.
So they will come at you with a level of deception. That's calculated. That's all of that is factored into the system. So when you start triggering with these females, do not let them turn you into an ATM machine in terms of, you know, everything they as Obsidian was enticements. Okay? So any chick that I'm with, I do a scan of her psyche. I understand who I'm dealing with. 9 times out of 10, of course, they got kids. So what does that environment look like? They sitting at home 9 times out of 10. They marginally employed or not employed. And those kids, they're crying. It's continuous nagging. The goddamn flat screen is going. The music is turned all the way up. It's all kind of disarray in her environment. What does that do to somebody's psyche if they exist in that environment? So if I'm going to deal with her, I make it as pleasant to deal with me as possible. So if she accepts my terms and agrees to do things the easy way, pick her up. First thing I do is feed her. You know why? Because shockingly, these women really don't eat well. Shockingly. Okay. A lot of them don't even, ZZ Hill said, a lot of these women don't even have food to put in their refrigerator. They don't. Shit. So what I do is I feed them really. And another thing, I understand their vices. If a chick is a weed head, I make one phone call to my homeboy. And I can get a half a booty for nothing. So I fed you. And now you got some weed. And then when you come into my environment, instead of entertainers, it's Hirsch. It's clean and it's Hirsch. So when you get there, you full, you high. Well, this is all right. As opposed to what you just left. As opposed to the chaos of what you just left, by comparison, by contrast, where I'm going is head and shoulders above where I just came from. That's different. That sticks out in the human mind. It's quiet. I'm high. I'm full.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to talk. Talking. Before you know it, they're out their clothes. Before you know it, they're on their knees. Before you know it, they're in the bed sleeping. Don't underestimate what a nap will do for a bitch that's stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
What a getaway will do for a bitch that's stressed out. They get up. They still got their weed. I give them their $60 or $80. I don't say a word. I drop them off. And it's, I'll call you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Don't want no hook. I'm out. 2 days later, the 3 most important letters in texting. YWD.
What you doing?
Yes.
What you doing, son?
48 hours later.
You know what I'm doing, baby. Shit. About to get up in them guts, because I know you want to come over.
What I do? I'm working. Why, what's up? Shit, for real. I'm trying to shoot through. Well, I can't really, not right now. But shit, when you gonna be free? Huh? What is this? When am I gonna be free? When am I gonna be free? Well, I don't know. Tony, come on, Tony. You bullshitting. Come on, Tony. Don't do that. Don't do what? Don't do what? I did this one time. I did this to Sweets. I rolled through, gave the money, did. I saw the look on her face. When we gonna kick it? Wait, stop. This is about the money. Right?
That's what they say.
That's what they say. Why are you concerned about when we gonna kick it if it's just about the money?
Well, I just gave you the money.
I just gave you the money. Shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why do you want to go home with me if it's about the money? And if I continue that process, there's a phrase I hear when I know I got you. When I hear, you weird, but you cool. I got your motherfucking ass. When I hear that, I know I've won. When I hear that, I know I've won. But I did this by tricking. I did that by enticements. So now, the thing is, well, she got the money, but it ain't really $80. Okay, well, Daddy, I'll call you. I love you. It doesn't matter. I tell that straight in the face. I look at straight in the face. It's not important. It does. No, I got you for real. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Oh, hell, they hate that, man.
Yeah. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So then what inevitably happens is they start pushing to come back. Yeah, I got this little money and thank you, but shit, can I just come over and kick it can I just come over and chill? But I'm tricking. Another rule. Make them shut off the cell phone. Terms of exchange is no cell phone. That's how they disorient people. Right?
That's how they went.
When you kidnap people in a hostage situation,
yeah,
they don't let them have any contact with any outside stimulus.
Oh, okay.
Shut off the phone. Because when people have no access to outside stimuli, and they are used to dealing with all the various things that bombard their psyche, when you shut that off, they regress. Understand?
Okay.
So when I say no cell phone, She come from an environment where that cell phone is constantly ringing. It's some stupid ass alpha male on the phone. Want him to come through, do some shit that's gonna get her in trouble or get her kicked out of the house and all of that shit. But when I shut that phone off, I shut off his contact. I shut off all of that shit. Now she can't get on Facebook and post those silly ass messages. She can't flex. You ain't allowed to take no pictures. You ain't allowed to do none of that. You here for business purposes, that phone is not allowed. Enjoy yourself, but that phone is not allowed. So now I impose my will. But I'm not imposing my will. I'm just paying her and showing her a good time. Right? Right?
Right.
Okay. So that's looked at because I had to go in my pocket. That's deficient because he can do it and not have to. Yes, there's some niggas that are going to be able to do that. That's just life. That's what it is. I get that. But you cannot. Don't throw the nigga away that need to go in his pocket. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not right. Let him use whatever he has to use to accomplish what he needs to accomplish. If he need to go in his pocket and bust a nut, let him go in his pocket and get that shit off. Don't degrade him for doing what he got to do.
These alpha niggas, man, they cutting the balls off. They saying, no, nigga, I don't want you competing with me. No.
If you got to go in your pocket to do it, you go in your pocket to do it, but you be careful when you go in your pocket. There are rules and regulations and guidelines. Even when you go in your pocket. So if you need to do that for that relief, you get the fucking relief. Don't sit here and listen to... Look, you do what's necessary, but protect yourself and do it intelligently. I told you earlier, and I'm going to say this. The women that I dealt with, there were women that I jived with intellectually and emotionally. But sexually, we were out of sync. The women that I was sexually in sync with, I could not get along with them intellectually and emotionally. So I had to make a decision. Did I want to be intellectually engaging? Or did I want my balls empty? And I'll let you guess which one won.
You emptied your balls.
I emptied my balls.
You emptied your balls.
So, I had to come to an understanding by saying, in order to empty my balls, I can't really go with the intellectual and emotional angle. So, if I have to use this to empty my balls, I got enough partners that I can have an intellectual debate with. And I have family members for emotional availability. I need my balls empty. So practically, how do I do this? And I come up with a strategy and I said, look, it's a trade-off. I don't need you emotionally. I just need to scratch this itch. I need to scratch this itch. And then I'm going to send you back, and I'm going to go on my way. East is east, west is west, nothing twain shall be. And that's what it is. But when I do that, and when I say that unapologetically, it's funny. Then they want to hang on. But I said, well, of course they want to hang on, Tony, because you're doing it. $60 or $80 is not a life-changing come up.
Especially for like 10 years, in my case.
Yeah, it's like, not that little pocket change. That don't affect it.
Well, let me ask Mr. Currie this, okay? Because I respect his machismo and his zen. I agree with like 90% of the things he's saying. But I would like for Mr. Currie to tell me, in his expert opinion, if I have 5 females that I've been dealing with for 10 years on some trick shit, does he think that it's actually possible for a woman to stick around that long and fake the funk? You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you can't, can you really be around and fuck with a dude for 10 years if you really hate him or you really don't like him and you're just fucking around for the money?
No, you can't do that.
Can you do that?
You can't do that. You can't fuck with somebody over a protracted period of time. Just, look,
for a decade?
No, you can't do that for a decade. If they're coming back, it's the reason they're coming back, and it's not about that money.
Right.
Because again, as I said before, the more you have sex with women, the more you have interpersonal experiences, their personality begins to come out, and your personality begins to come out. You have a human experience, even though the transaction is with money, it's still a human experience. So it's something about you, goes back to the 48 laws of power tricking. Find something about a female that you can connect with other than your money. There's something, if they're coming back 10 years, that's alpha nigga after alpha nigga. That's alpha nigga that's fucking them for free after alpha nigga that's fucking. It's not your pussy, it's just your
turn.
Thank you.
Turn. I have a theory, man, and it's like, the horror. The horror. The things that I've seen, man, doing the porn and the pimping, man, and the tricking. I have a theory that men automatically become beta when they're in a relationship. They just automatically become beta males when they're in a relationship.
Qualified relationship, not short term.
Yeah,
not short term.
Long term. Because I'm saying that because it's like I remember picking up females, taking them to parties so they can sell that pussy, man, from right up under their nigga nose, and they nigga didn't even know they was selling pussy.
That's the nigga that's fucking them for free.
Yeah, that's the nigga that's fucking them for free. That's the select male.
That's the select.
That's the nigga they chose, but he don't even know and understand that this trick nigga right here, who actually I was pimping in, I was getting these bitches to sell pussy at parties. You know what I'm saying? Of course we got the select male selling blood. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, selling blood.
Trying to pay the rent and the car note and shit, man. And and that same female he's selling blood for, she over here, getting me sloppy toppy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man,
taking loads all in the face.
Yeah, man, I see niggas
and in the mouth.
Yeah, I see niggas at work doing double time, man. And like. My boy Side Trickster, he going over these other females' houses, fucking they broad in this nigga bed.
While their husband at work
doing double time. Now this is the select male. These are the select.
The one that's at work is the select.
Yeah.
Side Trickster is a non-select.
Yeah, he's a trick nigga. He's the trick nigga coming over fucking yo bitch in your bed while you working double shifts. Almost all niggas, man, become by default beta niggas, man.
Absolutely.
So that's why, when I get people, they're kind of flabbergasted when I tell them, man, I'm tricking hard. And I can say that with confidence because, man, ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe, man.
No.
Yo, bitch is playing you.
And
somewhere down the road, somewhere down the line, you getting played. You know what I'm saying? So, I done seen it all, man. There ain't a trick that these bitches can do that I ain't hip to. You know what I'm saying? I got x-ray vision. And that's the main reason why people keep asking me, like, well, if you got all this bitch information and knowledge, why is you single? Because I've seen too much.
The horror.
I've seen the devil, man.
Yeah, the
and
horror.
You niggas don't see it.
The horror.
I see it, man. These bitches is ruthless. By far the most cutthroat creatures on the planet is these bitches, man. I've seen too much. And it's just like, man, because I know what these bitches do, man, when they out your sight. I know what they do. So I'm like, man, I can't do it. I'm just going to rent you for a little bit. And you free to go.
Bye.
Because, bitch, I'll kill you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, I'll kill you. And I don't want to put myself in that situation.
Well, again, my point. I told this story, but I'll tell it again shortly. The thick little bitch that I was fucking with, what Tariq had a term for them. Fake conscious bitches. That was her. Susie Homemaker. Hotep hoes. Susie Homemaker was trying to enter in a relationship. What was I doing every day? I was fucking her every other day. I wasn't taking care of business. We were just having decadent sex. But here's the problem. Even though I was fucking her every other day, she was fucking another another famous local rapper in the city. even though we fucking every other day and we supposed to be in a relationship, she was fucking finding time in between when we fucking to go fuck him.
Right.
Okay? And we're in a relationship.
A real relationship.
A real relationship. Now, even though I'm fucking regularly, he fucking regularly, this equation is not right because, wait a minute, your tires, okay, now I gotta replace your tires. Okay, now that's $175. You know how much pussy I could get with $175? And I'm spending that on you just to replace your tires. Okay, because I care much. Okay. Well, now this goes wrong. Now it's this. Now it's look. And so when she got ready to dip, I was like, okay, cool, bye. My feelings wasn't hurt because he was an alpha male, because I was a beta male out of the equation. I said, well, damn, now that she gone, more of my money can come back, more of my focus will come back, and I can take that same money and get about 4 or 5 bitches for what I'm getting with her, and I have less of a headache, and I have more compliance, and the situation is just drastically different. Because when they call, I'm not in a relationship with them, I don't have to pick up the phone. When she called, I'm in a relationship with her, and I have to pick up the phone. I don't really want to talk about this shit. Let's go here. I don't want to go to no damn movie.
You evil son.
I don't want to go to no.
Evil son.
I don't want to do. No, I don't want to meet your mama. I don't want to meet. I don't want to meet your. I don't want to meet your daddy. I don't want to shake his hand. I don't want to meet your brother.
Fuck them niggas, man. I don't want to see him.
I don't want to see him. You see what I'm saying?
Evil son.
So the thing is when she left, it was like a great weight was lifted, off of my shoulders. Because here's the reality. Every dude is not meant for a a long-term relationship. And that's why the lucky, I'm not gonna call them alpha, lucky charm niggas. That's lucky charm niggas. That's why the lucky charm niggas excel, because they fill in that gap. The lucky charm niggas are there for fun and fun only. Now, does that mean they can't find wives? No, of course they may find wives. But you know who they get as wives? They usually get these virtuous broads as wives. They don't get the wild hoes. They get the virtuous broads. But the thing is that I was never more happier and freer. And then the bitch tried to get me caught up in an STD scam. So I was happier when she was gone than when I was trying to be in a relationship with her. And it was less costly.
Yes.
Because here's an experience that people don't talk about. And here's where I disagree with Obsidian Ali. His thing was that there's a mating crisis. There's no mating crisis. There's a marriage crisis. And the marriage crisis is not necessarily because these women are... I don't think that because they are reported as the most obese women, that makes them unattractive. Because there are issues with that. There are questions with that study because, again, CDC measures body mass, not body fat. There's a difference, but I don't want to go into that. Anyway, my point being is that it was a debt situation. Most dudes who have done what they're supposed to do and stack their grip, the last thing they want to do is enter into a situation where they would be financially dependent again, where they would be financially insolvent because I got to take everything that I busted my ass to build and give it to this broad and her children by another nigga.
Yeah.
Who's gonna? And then if I marry you and we divorce, then you're gonna go to court and take half of what I got anyway. Who wants to do that?
Slow niggas.
Yeah, slow niggas. So, I say that to say that, again, the lucky charm niggas are always going to come out gangbusters. We'll give you that. Okay, they are always gonna, that's just the natural order of things. But understand, there's more than one order. There's more than one order. There's more than one order. So if that man can go in his pocket and get what he needs, God damn it, let him go in his pocket and get what he needs.
Hey, did you know that remember Rosebud got married, right?
Yeah, with 2 D's for a double dose.
Are you aware that he got a divorce?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got a divorce. Yeah. You know, it seems to be, because I know some pimps, you know what I mean, on YouTube, and I know some in personal real life, and none of them are married, or if they have gotten married, it didn't last long. You know what I mean? I like to ask Mr. Currie, like, why is it that he right now in his life, why he doesn't have a so-called significant other? I'm just curious to know. You know, I don't want to get too personal here. I'm just like, why does he not have a woman? Because, you know, see, he's a prolific womanizer, and I'm a trick ass nigga. I don't have no main broad. He don't have no main broad. I'm curious to know why he don't have one, and I don't have one. And will people level the same allegations towards me that they level towards him? Like, oh, you's a weak, simp ass nigga because, you know, you ain't got no bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm just curious to know, like, what is the dividing line here? And of course, I'm saying, you know, most pimps I know, and I know why most pimps ain't married, because they know the true nature of women. You know what I'm saying? They've seen too much. The pimps have seen too much, and I don't think that no pimp will ever trust a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So, I don't know. Maybe is that something that Alan Roger Currie, he can attest to? Is he in a situation where he don't trust women either? I just find that odd that he be, you know, in this state of his life, you know, this far along in his life and doesn't have his significant other. So if you could, Mr. Currie, answer that for me. Don't dunk your balls on my forehead. It's just a question. I'm just curious. Inquiring minds want to know. You want to elaborate on that, Tony?
Well, let me try to make an analogy that I think will explain it. Yeah. You ever seen people that are sprinters?
Right.
There are people that are good at running, the 100, whatever it is, the 100, 200, 300, and 400. And then there are people that run marathons.
Right.
Relationships are marathons. Casual sex is a sprint. Not everybody that runs a sprint is cut out for a marathon. Because again, when you're talking about marriage, like you said, the longer you remain in that relationship, your characteristics become that of a baby. And I ain't talking about for a couple years. That's not what I'm talking about. When you've been married and you've had to deal with a woman for 10, 15, 20, and 30 years, that takes a special type of disciplined person to deal with that. To deal with the constant nag. Can we do this? Can we do that? The arguments, the disagreements, the ups and downs of relationships, the challenges that come with children and family life, the responsibility of making sure that they're taken care of, making sure that your children have adequate health care and adequate medical insurance, and making sure that they're properly provided for. You see, the thing is, that day-to-day grind, it wears on niggas that are used to casual fun. You see what I'm saying? You can't, they shout winded. They shout, and it's plain country English, they shout winded. They can't keep that distance. You can't keep up. Think about it. You remember you did a podcast about the broad from Columbus coming over here, and what she want to do? She want to go here. She want to go there. She don't want to do that. Why don't you leave?
Take your ass
How about you leave? You know, can we go to here? Can we go to there? Let's go here. I want to play Xbox. How about some Xbox, a sandwich, and some sloppy topping?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You see what I'm saying? That what she's talking about is a marathon. You ain't gonna run no goddamn marathon. I'm a sprint, bitch. I'm going these 10 yards to the bedroom and pour my shit down. Let's get it. You understand? So not everybody, prolific womanizers, are not cut out. Not to say they can't do it, but their lifestyle is not conducive to long-term relationships.
Okay.
You see? Because, you know, it's like, okay, when you had your little thing last night.
Right.
What if she said, Mike, I'm going to stay for the next month?
Hell no.
See what I'm saying?
And I love her to death too,
Yeah.
man. Because remember, she stayed here for a week one time. That drove me crazy, man. I
Yeah.
was gonna kill that bitch.
Yeah.
I like, you drive me crazy. You gotta go.
Or remember the holy roller? Remember?
Oh
that?
yeah,
Playing the gospel
Monique.
music. Yeah.
Oh,
And you was like, oh, will you leave?
oh, this bitch playing gospel music.
Oh God, will you leave?
I'm like, oh.
And then she was ratchet on top of that.
Uh-huh.
You got exposed to that close up. And then you gonna have the nerve to frown and suck it. Oh, you got to go. You especially got to go. So, you know, prolific womanizers and men in the carnal world of short-term relationships, they're not conducive or they're not cut out to long-term. Generally, they're not cut out. Now, what some will do, some will get tired of that shit. They'll get tired of that short. It doesn't mean anything, and they may hunger for a change in rhythm. They may hunger for a change of pace, and they may get married. But generally, that lifestyle is not conducive to long-term relationships.
Okay, well, let me add this, man. You know, the cats is listening, man. Like I said, I played all positions in the game. I cohabitated with a woman for 23 years on some marriage shit. So, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. You know, I did the pimping, the tricking. You know, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these females, man. And so I've done the marathon, but right now I can't do the marathon no more. I can't do it. I'm sprinting, son. You know what I'm saying? So, man, with that being said, man, I just like to say that Obsidian and Alan Roger Currie, those are some pretty good videos there, pretty nice subject matter, man. And I felt the need to get on here and hit y'all with some expert trick analysis. You know what I'm saying? Of course, me and Tony, we really like to call it the Fair Exchange Program. Fair exchange is no robbery.
No robbery.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we don't dictate to any man how he should live. You know what I mean? Especially how he should get down with women. You know what I mean? What works for us, works for us. What works for Alan, works for Alan. What works for Obsidian, works for Obsidian. You know what I'm saying? Let every man practice his own zen.
Yes, that's
you
correct.
You feel me?
Not everybody is going to be a Lucky Charm nigga.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen. And there are Lucky Charm niggas that will never be able to that will never have to go through the thing that the other 80% has to go. They're different dynamics, they're different perspectives inside of the same experience because these women are reacting to one dude differently than the way they react to the other. That's just a natural order of things. But understand that in each theory there are advantages and disadvantages. So if you need to my brothers, I am sympathetic to my brothers. I'm one of you. Join my brotherhood.
No, Magnus.
Join my brotherhood. And
no,
let's
Magnus.
fight. Join my brotherhood and let's fight.
No.
No more hiding. A new tomorrow that starts today.
Magneto Rising. Shit. Okay, well, check this out. There's only one thing that me and Tony disagree with on slightly. You know what that is, right? When it comes to the tricking.
What's that?
Okay, I really believe, right, that this should only be a lifestyle for an older gentleman who has paid his dues. I firmly believe that a young man should really try to do it the hard way first, as far as, you know, getting the woman in the house, the picket fence, and the kids and stuff. I think he should really, you know, go for that and try for that if that's, you know, what he wants. You know what I mean? I don't want a cat to be up in his, you know, 50s regretting that, you know, he didn't actually try and make something, you know, shake with a good woman. Because there are good women out there. You know, you just got to be lucky enough to find one. But I know you kind of have like a different stance on it. You like, fuck them. Is that what you're saying? You're like, nah, just go straight into the tricking? Is that what you're saying? Because I believe, man, that cats should try and find a good woman first.
You and your continuing search for hope.
Man, for real, man.
You and your continuing search for hope.
They out there, fellas. There's good women out there, man.
You and your continuing search for hope.
Just gotta find them, son. You gotta find them, man.
Do you think they won't battle their own their own extinction, Charles? Do you think that they will not battle their own extinction, Charles? Humanity is rearming itself. It's human nature.
You gotta try. You gotta try. You gotta try, man.
Look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
In the present, if things were as they should be, I could understand that.
Right.
But the selection, and this is where I'm going to again sound like Obsidian. The selection, what you have to, and I'm not talking about in terms of their looks.
I know.
I'm talking about in terms of their economic viability, in terms of the culture. We have a matriarchal culture that supports and that emphasizes dysfunction and deformity. We have a culture where there's a 70% out of wedlock birth rate. And if you're a young man and you're trying to make your way in this world, why would you enter into a situation? It's already hard enough trying to get out here and find your way in life and find what it is that will make you successful. It's hard enough trying to turn an honest dime and put some away for a rainy day. But if I'm dating, if my dating situation subjects me to financial hardship and debt, what kind of toll do you think that's going to take on a relationship? If I'm a young man, I'm talking from a perspective of a young man that's coming out here. He may have come from a single parent home. He come out here and let's say he's just working. Let's not use because we'll be accused of being elitist if we use the college example. But a dude who has a good factory job, he's a foreman, and he makes $16 or $17 an hour busting his ass. And he's trying to put money back. Now when he enters into a relationship with a woman that has on average, 2 kids, everything he saved up for his retirement, everything he saved up to protect his future should he get, that's gone. I mean, just gone. Gone.
Gone.
Over a relationship that may or may not last. You're dealing with a female, 9 times out of 10, these females have 2 or 3, they deal with a specific, you got some Black China ass bitches. And they are not going to stay away from those type of niggas that would wear another nigga's robe in his house and drive his car. Why? Why would any man that is trying to have something in this life into that type of relationship? To try to find something that the odds are he will never find. Is it possible? Yes. Is it possible? Yes. It is possible. Turkeys can fly. But most of the times, if you run them off the cliff,
they can't.
So in the present set of circumstances, if you can find one that doesn't pose that financial liability to your life, do so. But what I'm saying is the numbers are against you. And when the numbers are against you, you adopt a strategy that will allow you to keep your money. And that strategy is, I like you, and I want you. We could do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. To ask that man to enter into a relationship that leaves him financially vulnerable. I can't do that. I can't advise the Brotherhood of Mutants to run to the slaughter of Sentinels.
Shit, everybody in this system, man, a lot of these cats don't even understand. You already tricked.
You're already tricked.
This whole system is designed to make you a trick, man.
It is.
You know, the government's the pimp, your brother's the hoe, and you the trick. And you'll find out once you end up in that goddamn courtroom.
In that courtroom.
Because you coming out your pocket.
No question you coming out your pocket. And they will have no sympathy for you. And don't fuck up and go in there pro se. That's your ass. Ooh-wee. You go in there without counsel, that is your ass. The facts can be on your side. But you don't have a lawyer. You see what I'm saying? You don't have a representative. So that's why I said, that's my position of why that's tenable, because of the present set of circumstances. A young man that is just working is confronted with instant debt should he enter into that relationship, and there's no guarantee. There are no guarantees in life. The only guarantee in life is death. You're getting out of here. But to enter into a relationship and then to sustain that relationship and then to understand what these women find as attractive. Case in point, I'm sure Tommy Sotomayor showed a video where this man was going off on his wife with his mother and father present. Remember that video?
An old video.
Yeah, it's an old video. Yeah. And he was working.
I remember that.
And she was talking about how he wasn't shit.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what I see every day. And niggas be looking at me like I'm crazy, man. Like, man, how come you ain't got no bitch? I'm like, man, because they evil, son. They evil. You don't know. You don't know them like I know them, nigga. You don't know them like I know them, nigga. Your bitch is cheating on you right now. Not my bitch. Yes, your bitch. Your bitch, nigga.
Let us listen to the wisdom of the great Orange Juice Jones. Hey, baby. I missed you. I missed you so much I followed you today.
Hell no, man.
You see? Who was that fake alligator wearing crumb cake hush puppy I saw you with?
For real, boy. That's how they get down, man. They cold-blooded, man.
I gave you diamonds. I gave you furs. I gave you everything you ever want. Woo. Orange Juice Jones was an alpha. But still, I saw you and him and walking in the rain. You see?
Man.
So how can I, with a clear conscience, you know what I do, Charles.
You evil, son.
You know what I do.
You evil. You evil, son.
I can't ask anybody to into the present circumstance. I can't ask anybody.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
I can't do it. But that is the eternal struggle that will keep humanity moving forward. The question is there another day? For some men may be able to find that. When I'm saying the odds in the present environment, the odds aren't favorable.
Well, when we close this on out, man, I just like to say, me and Tony do not hate women. We love women.
Yes.
And I love my babies. Matter of fact, me and Boss Chick, man, last week we went out, had a nice time at Cabrera's, nice little restaurant. I broke her off $150, you know what I'm saying, for a little birthday gift. You know what I'm saying? I was tricking and sipping hard that day. You know what I mean? Because I love my baby. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love my babies, man. I don't know what you niggas talking about. You disgruntled. Nigga, I get pussy on a regular. What you talking about? I ain't gotta be mad about. I get direct pay pussy and I get indirect pay pussy. Nigga, I get it all. Shit. I mix and I match. My style's prolific. It's profound. It's astounding.
Let me go one step further.
Go ahead.
To the alpha males out there, we don't hate you either.
In
fact, we need you. We need you. We don't hate you. We need you. What did Boulevard Trash say? I don't hate mutants. I admire them. I don't hate you, alpha male. I need you. Because without you, I can't trick. Without you, I can't trick effectively. I am not your enemy. I am your ally. I make you look good by comparison. I need you. We complement each other. I don't want you to go.
What is darkness without the light?
What is darkness without the light? Hey. What is the yin without the yang? I need you. I don't hate you, brother.
Evil son.
I need you. Because without you, none of this works. I need you. I need you to call her back home when I'm done. I need for her to stay with you.
Oh,
I need you to keep fucking her for free.
keep her out of my fucking face.
Yes. Because if you take her to the comedy show, that means I don't have to. I need you. I don't hate you, brother. I love you. I need you.
Yes. Who else gonna move the furniture, change the tires? It ain't gonna be me.
Ain't gonna be me.
It's gonna be you, nigga.
It's an arrangement. It's gonna be you. I got what I wanted, and I get. Our business is done. After you got that 80, 100, 120, whatever enticement you got from me, our business is concluded. You need to be that alpha male. You need to be there to move the refrigerator. You need to be there to put up the Christmas tree.
Yes.
I need you to wrap the packages.
Reset the circuit breaker.
Reset the circuit breaker.
Amen.
I need you.
Kill the spider on the wall.
Kill the spiders on the wall. Replace the light bulbs.
Shit.
I need her to come back to you. I just want her for a little bit. I just want her for a little while. Just a little while. But I want her to go back to you. Because it's the only way I can keep my sanity.
Ooh, niggas is gonna be unsubscribing on this one.
They gotta go. They gotta go.
Niggas gonna be unsubscribing.
I don't care. You gotta go.
Niggas gonna be unsubscribing.
I need you, brother. Let's walk together, side by side, into eternity. I need you. I want her to have some place to go back home to. I don't want her coming here spending the night. I'm not going to shut my eyes with her walking around in my house. No.
Can't trust you.
But I know she'll be safe with you. Because I know you need her in your chain. You need her to be safe because you need for her to do whatever fuck shit that you need her to do to complement your objective. And I know because you need her, to a certain degree, you're going to maintain the status quo. And that's all I need you to do, alpha male. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I admire you. And every day I thank God for you. Matter of fact, I thank God for both of you. So don't worry. When I'm done, she's coming home. I don't want to take her. She's coming. And pay no attention to that shit about what she say when she mad at you. Pay no attention to the shit that she say at all. Just, you stay there. You keep doing what you're doing. You stay there. I need you there. I need you eating up the King Vitamin cereal. I got to have you, son. I got to have, you got to stay there. I don't hate you, brother. I love you.
All right, let's go ahead and, shit, man, we're going to close this out and we just going to just say, please, Mr. Currie, don't put your balls on my forehead.
No, Mr. Currie, please,
go
no.
ahead and if you want to respond or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just saying, please, just keep your balls in your pants.
No ball rubbing. No ball rubbing, Mr. Currie.
Okay.
No, please, no ball rubbing.
Yeah, I fucks with Alan. I
Yes.
love this cat, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I love this cat, man. Just please keep your balls in your pants. Okay? Alright, this Big Mike, man, Fat Man, Almighty, Triple XL with my partner, man, Tony Maceo, nigga, Fuchsias, Zatoichi, Magnus, whatever you want to call him, man. You know, if you want to go ahead and look at some old stuff we got, man. We got some things coming down the pike, man. Especially got the powerstrategy.com website up that my boy Tony is really investing a lot of time into. And of course, if you're into lowbrow thinking, man, you know what I'm saying, chock full of niggatry, you can go to maxcity.com. And of course, what'd you say? You said Power Strategy is 40%?
40% less niggatry.
40%
less
so,
niggatry.
if you want to be an adult and you want your stuff a little bit more mature, you know, that's what we're going to do over there at powerstrategy.com. We're gonna be a little bit more mature over there.
We got a YouTube channel. PowerandStrategy.com has a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And the first 3 episodes of Game for the People is up. Be patient with me. I'm still trying to get my YouTube wings and get that under my belt. But I assure you, things will start to roll because my next podcast series is going to be about something that all alpha male niggas hate, and that's called child support. So I know I get your subscription there. But come to the YouTube channel, PowerandStrategy.com, YouTube channel, and then go to the website, Power and Strategy, Game for the People. Check us out.
All right, and we out.